have just arrived outside the stadium, and on screen they just showed Cristiano Ronaldo. The crowd is absolutely loving it over here. Alright, so we are in Hamad International Airport here in Qatar, and this is where all of our journeys begin. Today we are flying to Portugal to watch Cristiano Ronaldo play. He didn't come here for the Al Nassr match, which I'm still pissed about. But hey, we're gonna go to Portugal, his home ground, watch him play. But in terms of flights, there's no direct flight from Doha to Lisbon, so I'm gonna take a connecting flight from Amsterdam. And yeah, I'm excited to see how the Portuguese culture is and how football is in Portugal. Alright, so we have almost found our gate, which in itself is a pretty big task in this big airport. Right, we have arrived at our first stop, Amsterdam. My next flight to Lisbon leaves in about 14 to 15 hours, so I decided to check in to this hotel behind me. I'm not sure if you can see that. There's also like a small lake outside my hotel, which is really cool, as you can see over here. But yeah, I just decided to get something to eat for dinner, rest up, and then be prepared for my next flight, which actually is a flight from Portugal itself. I'm really excited for tomorrow, guys, but I'm gonna get some rest now, and I guess I'll see you in the morning for the flight. Right, so it's 4 in the morning and I've just arrived at Schiphol Airport here in Amsterdam. I've had some sleep and a good coffee, so I'm ready to go. We're traveling using TAP Air Portugal, which is Portugal's national air carrier. The Portuguese experience starts right now. I'm super excited, so let's go. Right, so a quick airport review before we get on to our flight. So there's some souvenir shops and some coffee shops, which is always great to see, but it's not as luxurious as something like the Qatar airport, which we just came from. But anyway, it was really easy to get through the gates through a pass which was on our phone, and the security line was super short, and it was really easy to find our gate as well. So in those terms, I guess it's a really good airport, and here's the flight. Not our flight, but some flight. So we're finally boarding the flight, and it's really cold in the tunnel over here. But I'm excited, I'm super excited to be traveling to Lisbon, Portugal. Let's see how the flight is. I thought I landed in the wrong place until I saw this. You know you're in Portugal when you see something related to the national team or Cristiano Ronaldo. It's a good morning and it's finally match day here in Lisbon. We are starting off our day with a plate of breakfast. It looks really good, and what a better way to start off your day than having a traditional Portuguese dish. That's good. Right, so our first conversation here in Lisbon with the public was with the cab driver from the airport, and it's safe to say we had a very interesting conversation. I mean, first time in Portugal, I have to ask, who's the best football player of all time?
For me, first Cristiano.
Yeah.
And Portuguese.
Yeah.
Second, Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes
Sí.
from Man United.
Yeah. And next, Bernardo Silva. The three best.
Yeah. Well, the people here really love football and love their national team. I'm not sure if there was a language barrier or if the driver actually meant that his second favorite was Bruno Fernandes. I mean, that kind of shocked me because I know a lot of people who say Ronaldo is their number one or Messi is their number one, but their number two is always the other. Right, so we've got loads of time before the game begins, so we're gonna head out to Lisbon city centre and explore the city, I guess. We found a merchandise store here in Lisbon, Portugal. They have a model of Cristiano Ronaldo, replicas of his Ballon d'Ors, some Portugal national team merch, Sporting CP merch, and Benfica merch. They have the Euro 2016 Champions medals, and they have the Euro 2016 trophy, which of course Portugal won, and it looks pretty cool. They also have the FIFA World Cup over here. But yeah, we have pretty bad memories of that, so we're going to keep it back. Right, so the sun's come out here in Lisbon and it's honestly a little hot, but I've got some Portugal merch that we got from the shop we visited, and we still have some time for the match, so I'm going to go around and explore a little bit. But I'm so excited for the match, can't wait. That is crazy and intimidating at the same time. So walking through the center of Lisbon, every attraction over here, like the lift or the tram 28, is super crowded. I don't think I'm gonna be going on them in this video. Right then, it's almost time for the match between Portugal and Iceland. I'm repping the Portugal merch that we just got, and there's two things that I'm really excited for today. Number one is to experience a match in Portugal and see how the Portuguese football culture is like, and number two is to watch Cristiano Ronaldo. If you watched my video a few weeks back, you would know that I went to Khalifa Stadium in Qatar to watch Al Nassr take on Al Duhail, and Ronaldo didn't travel with the Al Nassr squad there, and I'm very pissed about that. But hopefully today we get to see Ronaldo play and get to see him hit the Soo. So to go to the stadium, I'm taking the metro. It's still a little early for the game, so I don't expect the metro to be too crowded. Right then, we are in front of Estadio José Alvalade, which is the venue for today's game between Portugal and Iceland. It is also the home stadium of the Portuguese national team and Sporting Club de Portugal. And fun fact, it's also the stadium where in 2003 Sir Alex Ferguson found a certain player who went on to become the world's greatest. The lineups aren't out yet, so I don't know if Ronaldo's going to be part of the starting 11, so fingers crossed. Well, here's my quick little prediction before the match starts. Portugal, already having qualified for the Euros, might not play to their strengths and might try some new strategies. And Iceland, on the other hand, by no means are a weak team, but I think Portugal edge this 2-1. And obviously I think Ronaldo's going to score, and we are going to get to see him hit the Soo in person. This is the first time I'm watching the Portuguese national team play in person after the World Cup, which we all have bad memories of. And I also just realized that this is my first ever international match outside of Qatar. Wow. They have a plaza-like area built into the stadium where people gather before the games. They have some Christmas festivities going on, a Burger King and other food shops which I don't know the names of. We got a tuna sandwich and some water to drink before the game. I tried to get the traditional cod fish, but that just wasn't available here. Right, we've cleared security and we've scanned our ticket, and it's time to enter this amazing stadium. So we've still got over an hour for the game to begin, but the stadium is filling up very quickly, and this stadium looks absolutely insane from inside. It kind of reminds me of Education City Stadium back in Doha, but yeah, the stadium is absolutely insane, the home of Sporting Club de Portugal. I got myself a glass of water, and yeah, that's water, that's not alcohol. But yeah, it's about 3 euros, which is the most expensive glass of water I've paid for all across the world. Portugal, what are you doing with water? Why is it so expensive? Let's go! The Portuguese team have just arrived outside the stadium, and on screen they just showed Cristiano Ronaldo. The crowd is absolutely loving it over here. Look how close the goal that the Portuguese national team is to us. Let's go! Bruno Fernandes 1-0. Right, it's halftime and Portugal are 1-0 up thanks to a goal by Bruno Fernandes. To be honest, they've been dominating the entire game, and Iceland have had maybe 1 or 2 chances. Speaking about the atmosphere, it's been absolutely insane and the crowd is absolutely electric. Let's go back for the second half and see how the match ends. I really hope we get to see Ronaldo score. We were this close to watching Cristiano Ronaldo score for Portugal, but it just wasn't meant to be. However, we got to see him give an assist, and we got to hear this kid absolutely lose his voice cheering for Ronaldo. So that's game and it's 2-0 to Portugal. What an insane game by Portugal. The atmosphere inside the stadium was electric, the fans were crazy. Overall, a 10 out of 10 experience. And you're probably wondering why it's daytime out here. That's because my camera almost ran out of battery towards the end of the game, so I couldn't really record much. And also I was dead tired after returning to the hotel, so I just slept and woke up in the morning. But if there's one thing I can tell you guys, that is that the Portuguese really love their football. But unfortunately, it's time for me to exit Portugal and head back to Doha. But it was a good trip for me. I'm heading back home with a lot of memories and love for Portugal. Right then, that's it for the video. Like it if you enjoyed. And we are in front of Benfica Stadium, which we're going for a tour. I'm going to be uploading another Portugal video in about a week or two. So subscribe for that, and until next time guys, take care.